Yo, 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 what's going on at the fight? Well, it's your boy Money back with another one, fam. And I'm not going to even get an intro on this. I want y'all to listen to me and listen to me well. Terrence Crawford team, Bernie the Boxer, has came out and was calling, Jerron Boots Ennis a traitor, sellout, and that our own kind don't stick with our own kind, and that they'll never come over and help out Terrence Crawford like the Mexicans, like the Boots been the black one to help Canelo for Bud. But they got a Mexican right there in Sayul, right there in their camp. He's not black. You know what I mean? But listen to this dude, y'all.
But for where it's true story, you know, pride is pride. Everybody stick with theirs. You see Lomachenko, all his Kazakhstan's coming, or whatever, where he from, Ukraine. It's the UK guys. They got the UK guys. The Mexican guys always got the Mexican guys. Where we at? I swear, we the only ones that turn on each other. Don't have no loyalty or nothing. Nothing. Man, you can like who you like. I'm not saying you can't love Canelo, you can't agree with him, you can't be a fan of his, but come on. But come on. You think they would do that for us? Do you think his people or his supporters will come over to help us in any type of way? No. Even if they just going with Crawford or they don't like him, no. No. No, they wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We had a little talk about it, and I don't want to reveal what we said. Bud said he don't give a fuck, but just know that ain't nobody willing to reach to come on this side. Nobody was willing to come over here. You feel me? That's a fact. So, T. Bradley, I see you. Hey, we ain't studying that, you know.
So as y'all see, he's been a big hypocrite. You understand what I'm saying? Then y'all seen Tim Bradley jumped in the chat talking that bull crap. Jerron Boots Ennis can go where he want to go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. He said, oh man, nobody from his team or his people would come over here. First of all, Jerron Ennis ain't your peoples. He ain't no kin of y'all, he ain't your family, he ain't none of that. Second of all, he ain't a fanboy, y'all. You understand? So let's stop that. You trying to say his people for us being black? Oh, that don't mean shit. You can cut that out. You can cut that all the way out. Because as we seen Sayul right there in the camp. You know what I mean? So don't worry about Jerron Boots Ennis going over to help out Canelo Alvarez. That's where you're wrong at. That's why I say these dudes be hypocrites, bro. They just be running their mouth to run their mouth, talking about they don't care. Oh, he don't give a F. I don't give a F. Well, if you don't, then why you speaking on it? Let's be realistic. Why are you speaking on it if you don't care about what's going on over in Jerron Boots in his camp? Now, should Canelo Alvarez be mad at Sayul for helping out Terrence Bud Crawford? Should Canelo Alvarez get out here, jump out the window, and say, man, Terrence Bud Crawford have a Mexican over in his camp. I don't care if he's been working with him since he was a kid, none of that. He should be on my side. He should be right here with me, with my Mexican brothers and Mexican sisters, and he should be pulling for me to beat Terrence Bud Crawford. He need to lead the camp now. He need to lead a camp. What is he doing? Don't he know he's going against the Mexican code? Huh? Don't he know he's going against the code? Canelo ain't tripping. Canelo ain't saying that. What you mean is our own kind? Where we at? Where we at? Man, stop it, bro. Stop it. All the way, fam. It's getting redundant, bro. It's getting pretty redundant. You understand? Canelo Alvarez is doing him. Jerron Boots Ennis is doing him. They not sitting up here race baiting no goddamn body. You say Terrence Bud Crawford said he don't care. Terrence Crawford ain't came out and gave a statement on the situation. You feel me? Because if he's worrying about Jerron Boots Ennis being in the Canelo Alvarez camp, then he's slipping up. That means Canelo is living rent-free in his mind. That means he's nervous on what Canelo and Jerron Boots Ennis doing and what they putting down. You feel me? Instead of working on his game plan with Bomac, Sayul, and Red, right? So I said a lot of people don't know about Sayul and Red. There's 3 trainers over there, Bomac, Sayul, and Red. You understand? They have 2 more trainers. That's why Terrence Crawford be so successful. Salute to his team, right? You have 6 eyes instead of 2. That's paying attention, that know they ish. You know? Yeah, Bernie Boxer, he was a boxer. They say he was 3-0, things of that nature. But he ain't do shit after that 3-0. He went 3-0. We ain't see him no more. What happened? What happened? Right? What happened? So don't hate on people that's world champions that's doing their thing, bro. He had the nerve to call Jerron Boots Ennis a bum. You calling Jerron Boots Ennis a bum? That's a personal attack, son. That's personal, right? When you haven't reached Jerron in his level. Terrence Crawford is on a different level, but you acting like you Terrence Crawford. You acting like you pulling in the big bucks and you going out there fighting everybody, right? You calling that man a bum. You ain't reached Jerron Boots in his level. That man was a unified champion, bro. Now he's at 154 pounds looking to be a 2-division world champion. Now look at this. And Red is on the other side. I'm sorry I couldn't, squeeze him in because I wanted to show, the hypocrite over there burning the boxer. I wanted to show him. I needed to show the hypocrite sitting right next to the Mexican who helping them in a camp. Right? And he's more instrumental than a sparring partner. So he's watching what Canelo Alvarez is doing. He's in the camp day in, day out, looking around, up and down, right? Helping beat Earl Spence and the other black cat, Sean Porter. What other black fighters he done fought? Right? Did you tell Saul he need to get out the camp because, hey, man, listen, you going against the code, bro. You going against the code, right? Terrence Crawford finna fight Canelo Alvarez, bro. You're a mole, bro. We don't need you over here. We don't know if you're going to go back to your people and tell them what's going on in the camp. Are you saying those things, Mr. Bernie the Boxer? Are you being fair, up and down, all around, calling it down the middle? Or are you just being a hypocrite? You can pretend like you're not worried. You can appear confident and talking a lot of this and talking a lot of that. But when you turn that camera off and when you go lay your head on that pillow at nighttime, you know Canelo the real deal. You know your motherfucking stomach get butterflies. You know you sit back thinking, man, if Terrence Crawford lose this fight, man, if he lose this fight, what am I going to do? You feel me? What am I going to do? This can be his last fight, and that's the end of me looking ass. So at the end of the day, y'all, don't listen to these dudes that's being hypocrites. Shouts out to Saul. He's a hell of a trainer. Hell of an addition to Terrence Bud Crawford camp. No shots at him, no shade at him, no shade at Bomac, no shade at Red. Unless they on the bullshit that Bernie the Box on. Then yes, it is shade and smoke at all of them. So at the end of the day, man, cut the bullshit. Stay in the camp. Understand what's going on in your camp. Worry about your guy being the best that he can be. And Canelo gonna do what he gotta do to be the best that he can be, along with Jerron Boots Ennis. You dig? Canelo ain't worrying about nothing but putting together a hell of a game plan and going out there and executing that game plan September 13th to get the fans what they want and looking good while doing it. That's what you need to worry about. Straight like that, and money be on to the next. Y'all be peaceful, be safe out there. All love, head up, chin high. We got this.